Welcome back to the C Show. I'm Charlie.
I'm Connor.
And I'm Jared.
Just a quick programming note. Collision this week is on Thursday. Your next episode of the C Show will be at its regular time and date, perhaps maybe a little bit earlier. Maybe. We'll see. But we'll have a AXW preview. We'll talk a little bit about Dynasty. We're really excited for our boy, Matt Quay. If you don't have tickets to AEW or to AXWs, if you don't have tickets to AXW's Beyond the Bell, tickets are in the link in the description, the description of the podcast, our link in bio on Instagram, all of that good stuff. Hamburg, Pennsylvania, Saturday, April 11th. Bell time, I believe, is 5:05. But we hope to see you there because your friends at the C Show love you. Welcome back to the C Show. It's Dynamite on the 25th of March. We're finally in a normal city, St. Paul, Minnesota. Fuck ICE. Fuck Don Callis. Fuck Donald Trump. A Loons shirt and a powder blue Twins jersey ringside. God damn, it feels so good. And it's also a Rebel Loons shirt. Now, you may be wondering, what's a Rebel Loons shirt? A group of Minnesota United fans got together online to remove the Target logo from the front of Minnesota United jerseys and replace them with the Rebel Loon insignia that's emerged out of recent protests. This is from Rebel Loon Project at bluesky.social. 3 events, 3 weekends, 3 local breweries, $6,000 in sales for local Latina-owned businesses, 550 Target logos removed and jerseys converted to Rebel Loons, and $7,500 raised for the Immigrant Defense Network. A news article from the Pioneer Press, quote, "There's a misconception with our organization that we're sort of trying to stick it to Target or stick it to Minnesota United, and that's not really the case. It was really more about the pride that we have for how Minnesota has responded to the federal action here." Julia Hart also mentioned that the Fuck Ice chants have started to hit close to home for her with all of the things going on in Minnesota. She is billed from Bloomington, which is a southern suburb. If you're not aware, Bloomington is where the Mall of America is. Yes. So it's really cool to see this and finally see it in action. We also, Taz is back. And if you want to know a fun little fact here, tying it all together, the Roy Wilkins Auditorium in St. Paul hosted ECW Anarchy Rules on the 1st of October 2000. Highlights include our friend Danny fucking Boring and Roadkill defeating the Bad Street Boys, Christian York and Joey Matthews in a tag team match. Joel Gertner defeating Cyrus in a singles match. And then in a singles match for the ECW World Television Championship, Rhino defeated Rob Van Dam.
So Taz wasn't even on the show?
Taz was not on the show from what I remember now.
Oh. I thought you were like tying it all in. Taz was on this show and now he's here.
Tying it all in, Taz exists. Shout out to the 3,453 people in attendance per WrestleNomics.
No.
I was curious how many people the Roy held.
I was.
It looked small.
I was just glad to get Taz back. He definitely seemed like he was coming back a little bit. He was getting back in the flow with it. But like, I have very instilled memories of Taz being a commentator on SmackDown, especially in the SmackDown versus Raw games, and how I'd have to hear him say the same 8 things over and over again. So it like unlocked a little part of my childhood brain when I heard Taz on the call.
I love that for you. We start off strong. Title match, EVP versus number 1 contendership. A title is on the line. Kenny Omega versus Swerve Strickland. Your guys' moves of the match.
Way to just start this hot, man. Like, they wanted to make sure people were watching. Like, so much good stuff happened. I'll try and narrow it down. So Kenny hits a running knee to Swerve, who's sitting outside the ring on a chair against the guardrail. Omega hit, I believe they called it the You Can't Escape. Mm-hmm. He does a rolling fireman's carry and then a moonsault. And then Swerve also does a back superplex or a super back suplex, depending on what you would call it, from the top. Like, looked absolutely brutal.
It's move of the match, Connor.
Oh, did you actually watch and have one this time, or?
Look at all these notes, handwritten.
He handwrote the notes, folks.
Is that a recipe for banana bread?
This is noodle kugel. This is my grandmother's recipe for noodle kugel. It's egg noodles and way more sour cream, cream cheese, and cottage cheese than you would possibly expect in a entree.
Aren't most Jews lactose intolerant.
Also sugar and raisins. It's a sweet dish. It's a sweet entree. I don't know about lactose intolerant, but if you see the amount of sugar in it, no wonder my grandmother was diabetic. Let's see here. Speaking of old people uneasy on their feet, how about Kenny and Swerve getting up on the ropes and it takes them like 5 minutes to find their footing, and then they're on the barricade outside the ring, and I think Taz goes, "This is really dangerous," and then they both just immediately fall off.
Just a little slipsies.
Just a little slipsies.
Which did make my actual move, Swerve's big stomp with Kenny through the ropes out on the apron. He jumps off and gets a nice jumping stomp on his back, which I thought especially impressive, considering they might have broken their hip.
Well, after Omega kicks out at 299, after the Swerve stomp, Swerve calls, the audience answer, and Omega struggles to crawl away. Kenny kicks the shit out of Swerve, sends him into the corner. Swerve power slam Kenny again kicking out at 2-9. V-trigger on the ropes, vertebreaker, and Strickland gouges Kenny's eyes out. Kenny kicks out again. Back-to-back V-trigger, one winged angel, 1, 2, 3. Kenny keeps his job. How embarrassing would that be if you lose your EVP status and then you have to come back to work the next day and you're like,
losing his title. Like, I don't know. 'Cause it would be even funnier if it's like, if he was like, "Oh, I'm not an EVP. I have no control. I quit." He's like, "I'm taking my ball and I'm going home."
I'm challenging my boss next week for ownership of the company. He's 5'7" and anemic and got a bad back. He's gray. I think I'm gonna own a lot of real estate soon.
Your boss and I have something in common with a bad back
and name.
Yeah, that too. Next up, Darby Allin, AEW lets me be me. I'm not the same guy I was 5 years ago. Most people aren't, cellular regrowth, ship of Theseus. Will Ospreay has got an issue with anyone that spends their time with Mox. Leave your big ears and your big nose out of it, he says to Pac. He got to spend time with his son during his, quote, timeout, and no amount of gratitude will replace the fear my kid, my missus, the family, my mom felt. I'm going to alter John Mox's life just like you've done to mine.
Did you hear how he called him a Geordie?
Yes.
I had no idea what that was, and I had to look it up.
So a Geordie is somebody from Newcastle.
Yes. I had no idea. I was like, are we just throwing out words here? I had to Google it. I'm like, oh, so this is some real English beef, like deep down neighborhood beef.
So Will, I believe, is from London, and that's the south of England. And Newcastle is like the furthest north before you hit Scotland. And obviously north-south beef. If you're wondering, hey, how did they localize the Jersey Shore for the UK? They called it Geordie Shore. So that's kind of the working group that if you want an analogous population in our communities, that's kind of the 1-to-1.
But there's literally a Jersey. They have the Jersey, and it's an island, so it would have a shore.
The people there are very uptight.
I object.
Can you? Oh, just aim it.
Put it in your goddamn mouth.
Yeah, he's up. You're up. I'm down.
Yeah, because we're sitting on it. You're sitting back.
Yeah, I'm chill like that.
Throwed it.
See how much better you sound?
No.
Next up, in a mixed trios match, the Death Riders, Marina Shafir, Daniel Garcia, John Moxley versus Top Flight and Zeta Steel with Christopher Daniels, a hometown crowd for Top Flight. The Riders attack before the bell, but Darius Martin in a great sequence with Garcia moving in and out of the corner before Mox tags in and kicks Darius down into the corner. Your guys' moves of the match.
There's a point during the hot start when they're all fighting that Mox just starts choking Dante with his shirt for no particular or anything like that. He's just like, "Oh, get over here!" Like that was so funny to me. And then I loved when Darius tried to clothesline Mox over the top and couldn't really get him. And Mox was like, "Hey," you could see Mox like trying to like kind of force himself over the rope. And Darius like, and dumps him to the floor.
I also like that, which, every once in a while kind of gets one right. But how about Dante kicking the crap out of the Marina Shafir? Marinara Schaefer, as I might have written.
I love how immediately they were like, Dante must have thought it was Mox. Like, just tried to cover for it. Absolutely. Must have thought it was Mox. Just blind kick.
She deserved.
Mox and Shafir spend too much time setting up the Doomsday device. Steel gets out and knocks Shafir into Mox. Daniels gets Yuta. Psycho knee by Yuta. Gets the referee focused on the action. Steel self-harm dive. Darius caught in the sharpshooter. Mox stomp. Garcia pinned to win. 1, 2, 3. Mox gets his hands on his mic. Calls out Ospreay. It's not nice to say mean things about people on TV. Knows that Ospreay is upset. It's not even personal. If you want a grudge match at the pay-per-view, you got it.
It sounds like Sling Blade.
Well, I was going to say, I know, I'm sure we've all seen that gif of Moxley smoking that cigarette outside whatever wrestling arena and then going for a run. Like,
I have not seen that, but that's sick.
I'll have to find it. There's this whole thing where everyone's like, oh, Mox is smoking weed outside, whatever. And like, it's like obviously a cigarette. He literally like stops my face. Like, oh, can I have that? And he just like rips it and then takes off. I'll have to find it and send it to you guys. But like, the more I hear Mox talk, I'm like, are you smoking 14 packs a day? Like the extra long cigarettes? Like, god damn, guy.
He's smoking hundreds.
I used to get hundreds.
I remember those.
Just more cigarette for the money. That was honestly my thing.
Unbeatable value.
Don't smoke cigarettes, kids.
Don't smoke cigarettes.
It's not cool.
Until then, don't let your mouth get you in trouble. Next up, the Young Bucks. They're recovering from a brutal loss at Revolution. They got to win against the Don Callis family. They want their titles back. Doesn't matter who is in the way. Speedball Mike Bailey versus Rocky Romero. I don't know if this was just me, but this felt kind of quick.
Yeah, this was Speedball domination.
I don't get me wrong, I love it.
Yeah, it was.
No, I'll have to say, like, about 3 things happened, and I think the best one was Rocky hits Bailey with some knees and then goes hi-ya about 6 times. He's doing the karate poses. Like, that was the best part of the match, hands down. Other than that, this thing kind of just rolled through. Speedball skin in the cat was pretty cool, which means he was thrown over the ropes. He held onto the ropes and then pulled himself back over. They call that skin in the cat. That was pretty sick.
You know, Connor, I was going to mention it earlier, and it's okay that if I say this on wax too, but something I've been thinking about is we talk a lot about the various moves that people complete. We should do a series. We start every episode with a, what's this move? We'll find a better name. We'll brainstorm a better name. But we discuss a move, how it's executed. We could start simple, move into more complex stuff.
Might I suggest, what the hell did he just do?
Start brainstorming on that.
I got you.
Perfect. Thank you to friend of the show, Ryan, for suggesting an idea like that. Rocky hits the knee slide. It's a total mistake. A speedball hits the spin kick. Roundhouse goes up. Ultimate weapon. 1, 2, 3. Speedball wins. Yay! Next up, MJF makes an appearance for the St. Paul crowd. Did you see the woman ringside who perfectly synced in and went, cut my music, cut my music. God bless her. I hope you're having a wonderful day, miss.
No,
cut my music, cut my music.
I counted, so I didn't assume that either of you would count.
I'm not good at counting.
I went for that. I'm like, no way, these other clowns count. 0 chance. So Charlie, how many times do you think MJF said ever when he was like, he can never, ever, ever? How many times do you think he said that?
I'm a little mad, and I was steaming. Because you guys know I'm a Hangman Mark, you know. I see in honor of Hangman's sabbatical, he's getting blasted by Godzilla in the face on top of my audio receiver, my AV receiver.
So Jared and I counted here, Charlie. Yeah. How many times do you think he said ever in that promo?
8.
What if I told you it was 14? 14 evers in a row.
Just
then proceeds to call
ever.
Well, hold on.
6. That wasn't even half.
Hold on, MJF. You know, your mockery of our noble accent will not be tolerated. You know, we are a fine and noble people. You know, and I am. This will not, go on.
All 3,000 people who live in St. Paul are like, oh my God, a Jew?
Hey, the Coen brothers are from St. Louis Park. Looking into the eyes of the man who hung the hangman, it was the easiest match of his career.
Easy dub.
No one who deserved it more than me. And I'll tell you why, because my name is Maxwell Jacob Friedman, and I'm better than you, and you know it. He says, ain't nobody on the level of the devil except Kenny Omega. Kenny walks into the ring. MJF asks if he can help him. Kenny asks what MJF's excuse for dressing like that is. Kenny, again, doesn't want to put himself on the pedestal, but like he's earned this, you know. If you're gonna call yourself the devil, I'm gonna call myself the god of professional wrestling. Kenny comments that Swerve is probably better than you. Did you hear that? Did you hear the little rise? I love that. Why doesn't the god of professional wrestling take that triple B for himself? Swerve, the most important part, you know it, son of a bitch. Max is sweating, self-tanner. Kenny just wants to make it official. Let's do it at Dynasty. MJF fakes out the handshake, and we've heard too many of his catchphrases. What about mine?
Adieu, good night, bang,
and good luck.
Oh, right.
You always forget the good luck.
I do, because I'm so focused.
MJF was sweating
self-tanning.
Or makeup. Yeah,
and shout out to them doing a whole like God versus Devil bit with Easter right around the corner.
Mm-hmm. That's when Christ was tempted, you know, by Satan.
I mean, for the record, MJF's religion does not believe in a devil.
Am I mixing up the chronology?
He was tempted by the devil with his 40 days in the desert.
Yeah, that's Lent, I thought, right? No?
I think that's why I don't think that was right before the Last Supper, though, was it?
Wait, another 40 days in the desert? Oh, what's with 40 units in the desert?
Buddy, there's a whole lot of numerology shit in the Bible.
It's almost like all of this was borrowed from previous writings.
My history teacher, freshman year of high school, we're watching a video about Hercules in Greek mythology. And there's the part where Zeus comes down and he impregnates a virgin. By just hitting her with a beam of light. And my history teacher, Brian Plancich, wherever you are, he paused it and went, hey, doesn't this sound familiar? And then just started hitting play again. And we were all like, oh, shit. Just a group of 30 mostly Christian white kids.
One time in Hebrew school, when I was really young, we were doing Noah's Ark. Mm-hmm. And I was like, so none of the fish had to die? That's not fair. Because they're just in the water. Did they even know? They're like, oh shit, more room? Did God kill half the fish to be fair?
Thanos snap style? Is that where they got the Thanos snap? Which
how's that? That's not equitable.
I mean, we don't need to get a transubstantiation, but I got into an argument with a CCD teacher in high school, and I was like, well, if we're eating the body of Christ every Sunday, doesn't that make us cannibals? And he did not like that. He had to go home and research before he could come back and tell me all of the ways that I was wrong. Renee is with Christian and Cope. FTR turned their backs on Adam Copeland. You chose the spike pile driver, Beth Phoenix. Worse than that, you spike pile drove me. Christian is such an asshole, but I know of two bigger assholes. I'm looking at Connor and Jared.
Those of your parents?
Zoom in. Get my damned nose hairs. I'm the ultimate opportunist. I understand about all of that. You've eaten Beth's cooking. You've played with our kids. We've played with yours. I'm very emotional today. They go to school together. I'm going to find you, and I'm going to end your careers. Again, all Copeland and Christian talking about FTR.
Yeah.
But in FTR interrupt, it's a miracle. Stoke walks. Stoke is wearing the 3-6 Mafia sweater, which is sick. Cash gets on the mic. He says, you want to talk about choices? We made a choice to dump the dead weight. We weren't going to carry your carcass over the finish line of your career. Look at what we have. They point to the belts. It's not 2009 anymore. I don't need your help. This is my family now. Dax on the mic.
I want to jump in real quick. I feel like normally during their promos and all, it's mostly Dax that does the heavy lifting. This was an awesome promo by Wheeler. I felt every part of it. Mm-hmm. It was awesome. I wish I could be a little more articulate. That ain't my style. He did really well. I want to see him talk more.
Cash Wheeler, the assistant coach that pulls out the one speech a year that makes you run through a wall. Mm-hmm. We see you. We see you. I love that FTR is we're not you're just a nostalgia act. FTR isn't a nostalgia act to tag teams from the 80s. They know it. We know it. Our boss knows it. Look inside yourself. Question yourself. Is this worth it? If that's what I did to your wife, imagine what I'll do to you. And the conglomeration, Orange and Roddy, come out. They're going to face off against the Dogs, David Finlay and Clark Connors. Orange hits Stoke. Cash attacks. The ref breaks it up before the match.
It was to hit him. He did like the tiny push. He did the I'm not really trying push. And
it's Orange Cassidy.
I get
everything
it,
is like that.
Again, just the juxtaposition of that, and then I literally put it FTR pushes him big style, like almost decleats him.
Finlay pushes Stoke out of the way. And again, I want to remind everybody, 100 proof is only 50% strength. So what are we doing here? Your guys' moves of the match.
I'm Connor, and my move of the match is when OC, that's what I call him because we're friends, was when OC is on top of the ropes and Roddy's got the other guy over his knee. I know the other guy's name because I'm Connor, but I'm not going to say it. And he's got him over his knee, and Orange pretends he's going to do like a diving elbow, but instead he goes down a rung, and then he pretends again, and then he goes down to the floor and he pretends again, and then he just like casually walks over, and then he does the elbow drop, and like, that's my move of the match.
If I didn't know any better, I'd say you actually listened to last week's show. No, I have a complaint first. Why is Taz explaining OC's bit on commentary? Don't talk about the slaw style on commentary, Taz. We get it. You're back. You get it or you don't. You don't have to do that.
Yeah, I hear you. I was thinking, I was like, are they... Because... the numbers come out. The numbers are always vague for the ratings and stuff, but are they seeing a rise in the ratings? And like, hey, do we need to like explain it to new fans? That's a potential.
Yeah, probably.
Maybe Taz forgot while he was injured. You know,
his shoulder hurt his brain.
Yeah.
No, my move of the match is when Clark Connors goes for a shoulder tackle on OC. I call him that because we're friends. Mm-hmm. And OC just ducks it and Connors eats shit. And then Orange goes and makes the tag.
Wow, Connor just gave 2 moves of the match. That's crazy. And he said the same thing twice. I don't know why he felt the need to say that twice. I just like when Roddy was using Orange Cassidy as a weapon.
As a projectile?
Not only that, I think he used him as a battering ram. Mm-hmm. I think he, kind of did hit somebody with him.
Yeah.
Somebody who's been trying to play half sword. I've tried online too. It doesn't work. Well, that'll have an audience. It's niche. It's a cool game. Check it out.
My move had to be Orange diving DDT out of the corner. And that leads into our finale here. The Dogs taking out strong. Orange DDT on Finlay. Connors attempts to roll him up. Leaping PK by Orange. Connors hits the bad knee. Finlay targets. Fall, clip, reverse Doomsday Machine. The Dogs pin 1, 2, 3, and it's over.
Reverse Doomsday Machine.
That's what they called it.
What they called
clip.
It?
Yes,
I was going to heard them call it the full clip. I did not heard because I just wrote the description because I'd never seen it. I thought it was
described
sick.
it as a reverse Doomsday Machine, essentially.
Oh,
that's sorry. That's how I was describing it.
Oh, so Doomsday Device.
Doomsday Device.
Yeah, I was trying to tease you about Machine, and then I think we got lost on something else. Unimportant. So what
the Doomsday Machine is one thing, right?
I have no idea what the Doomsday Machine is.
Oh, the Doomsday Device. That's the Road Warriors.
That's the Road Warriors Legion of.
Okay, yeah, I just device machine. It's the semantics.
I know, I'm teasing. So, Orange Cassidy gets held up in a vertical suplex. So Finley's just holding him up, and then Connors hits a spear off the top while he's holding him up, and then they finish the suplex. Fantastic, great name.
What a rush! Can you tell that I watched the Road Warriors DVD recently? Yes. Okay, moving on. Next up, the Divine Dominion. Willow and Harley suffered from greed and self-confidence. If you thought you bit off more than you could chew, you're gonna choke. Harley, why don't you go back and play with your puppets? There are no second chances. Just another fatality.
Fatality.
Kyle Fletcher defended against his mentor. It puts it all in perspective. I'm as good as I say I am. Maybe I've been too narrow-minded. He's been undefeated in 2026, better than MJF. Doesn't like the business arrangement MJF and the Don Callis family are making. He wants to be fighting MJF for titles. There's one last piece of business. Takeshita wants to be friends again, but not to worry. Protoshita came first, and they embrace.
Hug it out.
Fletcher is dealing with a lot of concerns here with the introduction of MJF into the Don Callis family's network. In the AEW Women's World Championship, Mina Shirakawa faces off against Tekla. Who is giving Mina flowers? Tekla, Mina, Marina, Monet, Thunder Rosa, Bane? Who could it be? Please don't show me the picture of injured Tony. I don't need to see that. I don't need to have my heart broken anymore. And Mina has a strong start, tornado over the ropes. I love this. If we have to lose Tony for a year, but we get this out of Mina, give it to me. Fair.
Oh, okay.
I like what it does for her character because it kind of felt like she was a side piece to Tony. Not
Who
like,
isn't?
But like it's giving Mina a lot to do. It's giving her a lot to chew on and like work with emotionally. I love it.
I really liked Mina did a draping DDT from the apron to the floor on Thekla.
Mm-hmm.
And then my other one is as much a move as much as Thekla just dunking on Tony Storm, like rolling all over the ring and like posing and everything else. Like, ah! Dude, Thekla keeps growing on me, man. She's awesome. She's absolutely freaking awesome.
Did you see her, and I believe it's Lee Johnson, have art at Miami Art Week? She has an art background. She went to school for art in Vienna.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah, she's incredibly smart.
Not another Vienna artist.
Oh, hey now. I was thinking the same.
I know, and I'm like, I'm gonna be you to touch. Well, if I say we gotta cut it, fuck you.
We don't have to worry about Gunther anymore.
that man does things. Yeah, that's right.
Does he awaken generational trauma, or
yeah, fear? I guess my move of the match was, aside from the finish, which hilarious. Do a shout out to Taz for the announcing. They were talking. It said Thekla talking about Thekla got fired for assaulting a promoter and a different. And Taz goes, "I respect that." And then later on, he's like, Then he goes, I kind of wanted to do that. And then he goes, "Well, I did choke one out one time."
If you worked for Paul Heyman, yeah. Thekla takes off her belt. The ref takes it, but Thekla had brass knuckles hidden away. Mina gets the back fist, knuckle duster while Mina attempts a suplex, and Thekla retains. 1, 2, 3. The sisters come out to celebrate. Renee talks with Kenny Omega. Kenny adds some chicanery. Now is the time. Speedball comes in. Thinks Kenny deserves, quote, the title, deserves the title of, quote, the god of pro wrestling. They shake hands, and then a classic move, Speedball won't let go. I love doing that to people. Ricochet and the Gates of Agony, the demand. Ricochet apologizing not only to the people, but to the Gates of Agony. He was forced to participate in the Royale. He was never pinned, but never tapped out. But he lost. Somehow Jack Perry is the champion now. Why is Kenny Omega fighting for the championship when it should be me? Why do they keep getting handed chances that they don't deserve? Ricochet? Next up, in a no holds barred, no countout match, Darby Allin versus Roosh.
This was interesting. I wasn't really ready for this. Like, I understand that like the Don Callis family, is now on retainer with MJF to take care of Darby. It seemed like just a very random match to throw out, and especially to make the, they were co-main events, bite me.
Yeah.
But to make this the main event over the women's title match seemed ridiculous to me. I thought that was really dumb. And, it's not a Darby Allin match if he doesn't immediately get pushed off the top ropes and land on the floor like a sack of shit. That was horrifying. And then Roosh throws Darby at the steel steps.
Yeah.
He bangs his shins off the steel steps, does a front flip, and slams the back of his legs off of the guardrail, and it hits the ground so hard.
Yeah, that looked awful.
Just what he does. I don't get it.
Darby code red. Roosh kicks out at 2.9. Roosh tosses Darby into the corner, pounding him now. Darby avoids the horns, jackknife into a pin. 1, 2, 3. Darby wins. Darby wins. A really surprising outcome. Darby rolls out to the floor. But oh no, Mark Davis and the Callis family are here. They attack Davis Tombstone. Lance Archer chokeslam on Darby.
All right, cool. I didn't want to move the match.
I'm sorry.
We're running long. Get bent.
Speaking of Darby eating crap, Rush doing the Samoa Joe walk away, and Darby just diving head first
into the barricade.
Into the Darby. Why does MJF need him taken care of? This man is going to die next week.
Connor, your thoughts on a jam-packed episode of Dynamite?
It was a good card. It moved. I really liked the majority of the matches. Again, my biggest complaint was, the co-mains and like you're not gonna have the championship go on last. Like I get it, they're doing the thing with Don Callis family and all.
Mm-hmm.
Could have done that before that, especially with kind of what we find out in the future is going to happen with Mina and the Triangle Madness and all. Like I feel like we definitely could have moved at the end. I feel like that would have been a little better flow, but I thought all the matches were good. Even the quick one with Speedball, like they were all quality still. None of them felt like unbelievable squash. All right, this could have been a talking segment.
Yeah, exactly. Jared, any thoughts?
Yeah, no, it was a good Dynamite.
You liked it? All right, perfect. Well, we hope you like listening to The C Show. Hey there, it's Charlie. I totally forgot to put in ad reads this week, so I want to let you guys know about some upcoming events and then shout out some friends of ours that we've recently made. First of all, April 11th in Hamburg, Pennsylvania, AXW Beyond the Bell, A Night for Autism, LINKTREE/C Show Pod for tickets there. And again, reminder, we are sponsoring the one, the only, the American Hammer, Matt Quay. We are very excited to see him face off against Tommy Vex. Next up, on the 3rd of May, we'll be in Langhorne, Pennsylvania at the Popple Family Card Show. That'll be at the Sheraton, Bucks County in Langhorne. Come by, check it out, grab some cards, rip some maybe with us. Check out some DVDs that I've recently acquired. Last and certainly not least, thanks to our friends at Comic Universe in Folsom, PA, 10 minutes up from the Philly airport. They hooked us up with the AEW DC comic crossover, and we'll be doing a comic book corner on that soon. I checked out their store a few weeks ago, and I gotta say, it was really impressive. Whether you're grabbing singles to complete a run, looking for trade paperbacks, or even wanting to add some cool toys to your collection, Mike and Mike at Comic Universe are your guys. Visit them at 446 McDade Boulevard in Folsom, PA, 19033, or online at comicuniverse.delco.com. Thanks again to Comic Universe. And now, back to the show. Welcome back to the C Show. We're now talking about Collision. March 28th, we start off strong here with AEW World Women's Tag Team Championship. The Babes of Wrath, Harley Cameron and Willow Nightingale versus Divine Dominion, Lena Cross and Megan Bain. Jared, your move of the match.
Now you see the thing is,
okay, Connor, move it.
No, let him drown. Let him.
Well, here's the thing. Obviously, I watched the whole thing, and I took excellent notes.
Meticulous.
I just left them because I did handwritten notes this time, and I left them in my other limegreenapartments.com merch giveaway notebook. That is, you can see that's what this is.
Does the centerfold? What's his name?
Brad Wellflower.
Jeff Goldblum.
That's his name in the skit.
Jeff Goldblum is the spokesperson for
No, but
apartments.com.
this is probably the shittiest paper I've ever written on.
Oh yeah, those notebooks are garbage. I have one of those. I tear through it all the time for D&D.
The saleswoman comes through every month and tries to get our money for their services, and I say, "Give me merch." And
that's the way to do it, folks.
Well, anyway, so obviously I watched. I'm gonna go off memory of the moves that I recall happening, and
so go ahead.
And I think you'll agree with
so
me.
it's the Babes of Wrath, so we know at least one move.
Yeah, so
right?
come on, give us one thing you remember from watching this match.
I mean, sure. Could I go with like a Willow and Harley backpack senton?
Boom, shakalaka.
Sure.
There you go.
Did you hear what they called it on commentary? Well,
No, but did you see when Lena Cross picked up Harley Cameron by the pinky fingers and just kicked her in the shins 14 times in a row?
I don't specifically remember that, but I'll take your word for it.
You know what? Charlie, I always knew you didn't watch that closely.
Talking about Jared's move in the match, this was the first time I feel like I heard them give that move a name on commentary. Did you hear what they called it?
The Care Bear.
The Drop Bear.
Oh, the Drop Bear.
The Drop Bear.
That's a good one.
Wait, that was a good name for it. I was like, oh, that's actually awesome.
Sorry, I was watching on mute while I had another wrestling going.
What were you watching?
What?
What other wrestling were you watching?
Oh, you wouldn't have heard about it. Don't worry.
Is it like up in Canada or something?
It's it's above your pay grade.
Oh, okay, all right. I mean,
it's to be created. It's
okay.
It is the new and burgeoning, most popular wrestling. The stable we have, small, mighty.
We?
Don't worry about it.
Okay.
All right. So literally talking about anything else.
Yeah, please.
My two things are Lena picks Willow up like chicken fight or electric chair style and just drops her face on the apron. And then Megan Bain goes for a dive and catches her foot on the rope. And I thought she was going to die. Like, I'm very glad she's okay. But like, because she tried to go through the second and third rope and just caught her foot on it. And I literally thought she was going 12-6 on her head.
I loved Willow's shotgun dropkick to both Cross and Bane, and then we get that drop bear. Harley slams Bane out of the corner. Boston Crab. Willow does the same to Cross, but Bane crawls the rope to break the pin. The Dominion hit the divine intervention on Harley. It's a choke slam, pinned 1, 2, 3, and it's over. The Divine Dominion retain their titles. We're going to have more from the Babes of Wrath here on this episode, so stay tuned here, because next we're talking with Lexi Nair and the Brawling Birds. I cannot understand a single word that they said. I think they were talking about Thekla. Mina comes in. She wants Thekla again. She will find whoever hurt Tony. The Love Bombs and the Birds don't give a flying fuck. They'll take on any 3 contenders.
Yeah, that's right. You're welcome for me giving you those notes because I understood and
Myron Reed versus Johnny TV. Myron Reed, of course, accompanied by the Rascals, Zachary Wentz and Desmond Xavier. Johnny TV with MXM Collection, Mansoor and Mason Madden. I love Mansoor's jacket with the extra hands. So goofy. And I get bite every time. I'm like, his arms are up. No, his arms are down here. His hands are actually down here. But then he can move the arms and stuff. Oh.
I thought this match was good. It was pretty short, and I wasn't sure where they were going to go because they mentioned that this was Reed's first singles match.
Yep.
I really like that Johnny, he did like a neck breaker, but he did like a jump over neck breaker, basically like had Myron in a headlock and basically like turned and jumped over him. Normally with a neck breaker, you just kind of like turn him around and then fall with him for the neck breaker. So like that was cool. And then a great Alabama slam. Love a great Alabama slam by Johnny.
Yeah, I gotta be honest. I prefer 3 Rascals. I don't get out of bed for any less than 2 Rascals.
Okay, that's a fair opinion you're allowed to have. Johnny TV, of course, formerly known as Johnny Morrison in WWE. Leg drop after TV is trapped in the ropes, gets another 2 count, super kick to TV, then bounces him off the top rope. TV spikes Reed to the mat, 2 count. Reed avoids the lariat, 450 splash, 1, 2, 3. Reed wins an incredible match against a veritable veteran.
No cap splash.
The no cap splash?
That's what they call it, the no caps, which I thought was very funny.
So the hot fire flames and then no cap splash. Love it.
Yeah, the hot fire flames is the assisted where he like pushes, which is also insane.
It's crazy. There was the point where, oh no, that was later in the Rascals tag team appearance later in this episode. Next, we go to the Death Riders. Daniel Garcia used to think him and Private Party were on the same page, but he's changed. He's been here every week while they took a year off. Mox says you all walk the same, talk the same, certainly play hard. Have you learned to work hard? Ask what they're going to do with the $200,000. Are they going to buy a clue? You can't buy guts or heart in the ring with them. You're swimming with the real sharks tonight. Lexi Nair with Private Party. They say tonight's not about partying. They go way back. Cassidy remembers what Moxley did to his hand. Cassidy has much love for Garcia. They're turning chaos into opportunity tonight as the Death Riders, Moxley and Garcia, face off against Private Party, Isaiah, Zay Cassidy, and Mark Quinn. The little girl in the front row of like the bleachers who is just scared. She's just like, oh, when she sees Mox come out and she just starts clapping. Adorable. I love that the bouncer lets Private Party out at the entrance. Now, I actually learned this yesterday. It's not called the gorilla position in AEW.
Yeah, Gorilla Monsoon wasn't there.
Who is it named after in AEW?
That's a great question. I don't know. I didn't catch that on commentary.
It is the Dusty spot after Dusty Rhodes.
Oh, I love that.
It was named in 2019. So I am also a big fan. I'm a big fan about that. I love Dusty Rhodes. Connor, your move of the match, please.
Private Party did an atomic drop Insigiri kick combo, which was awesome. Mox sold it so well when he dropped him on his tailbone and not anywhere more sensitive than that, and then just taking a kick to the dome. And then Private Party did a double cutter and a 450 splash. And for half a second, I was like, are they going to let Private Party beat the Death Riders? No way. And they kicked out too. And I'm like, all right, never mind. This is over.
Cassidy's punches mean nothing, almost nothing to Mox. Quinn tags in to assist. Mox jumps over the springboard set up by Quinn for the lariat. Oh, I don't know why I said that. I think my move of the match has to be Garcia with the European uppercut on Quinn outside the ring.
With Claudio? Did the European uppercut outside the ring?
Yeah, on Quinn outside the ring. While ref Bryce Remsburg is distracted. Cassidy fights out, but Mox comes out with the cutter. Garcia tombstone. Cassidy kicks out at 2-9. Garcia dragon tamer on Cassidy, and he taps out in the most lightest way. Just very soft. Shivani says that there's something happening, but they don't show it on camera. Who knows? The Demand. Bishop Khan is covering his face. Really surprised Ricochet is still getting this much TV time. Khan removes the hand from his face to warn Brody King. They're tired of facing Jack Perry. I am too. The Gates believe that there's more, or their conspiracy that kept them out of the Battle Royale. The joke will be on Perry, Omega, and King. When you're in the Demand, you get to make demands. If you don't follow demands, you get put down. Next up, Mina Shirakawa and the Brawling Birds. Alex Windsor and Jamie Hayter versus Nixie XS Pink, Amina Belmont Pink Plaid, and Haven Harris in the black and green. I wonder how this will end.
They stack them all three in the corner. They each beat one up. They shit can two of them to the floor. 2 birds and 1 stone. But they let Mina lock in the figure 4 for the win.
Nixie does tap out. That was honestly better than most of the squashes against jobbers go, frankly. Jamie wonders if Cedar Rapids wouldn't mind a few words with the Beds. Jamie confirms that they had nothing to do with what happened to Tony. Alex says it was a piss take. Thekla was using brass knuckles. And out from the crowd we hear, is this thing on? Thekla, no, 9-9, yet she go. Impressing us with her language abilities. Thekla is still the AEW Women's World Champion, and all of you are nothing. Can't handle the Sisters of Sin. Thekla swears on Tony's cold, dead body. You take that back. You take that back. You take that back. Mina responds, Thekla, next week you fight us, we'll beat the piss out of you. AEW, lemonade out of lemons since 2017. Lexi Nair is now with the Don Callis family. Fletcher, Davis, Okada. Fletcher is, again, not a fan of this business arrangement. He wants to just fight MJF and win the titles. The trios titles were Fletcher's and Davis's first world titles. Tonight is all about revenge. Okada says he will get revenge for myself and my family, and you'll find out why the Rainmaker is the greatest champion in history. Okada is hurt by what Fletcher said to Takeshita. Okada will be champions again. We'll make an example of the Rascals, and then my eyes are on the AEW Men's World title. From the Oh Hell Yeah department, Tommaso Ciampa versus Ace Austin with Juice Robinson. Killer match.
No, it was great, and it wasn't too long. I wouldn't mind they gave it a little more time, but they did awesome with what they had. My move of the match is Ace does a gut wrench power bomb. Normally, when you do a power bomb, the person's like between your legs and you pick them up.
Mm-hmm.
If they're outside your body, you basically like interlock your arms and use the momentum to like rip across your own stomach to bring them up. That was just super smooth. And like Ciampa is not exactly a small guy. He's not a huge dude, but like he's thick. So to get him
thick boy.
Excuse me. So to get him up like that was absolutely fantastic. Other than that, it would definitely be Ciampa's Avalanche Psycho Driller, which again I could not believe was the finish. I'm like, oh, this is dead to rights right here.
Yeah, I loved after the air raid crash, Austin barely rolling over to break the pin, discus lariat by Ace Austin, Ciampa psyching himself up, roundhouse kick to Ciampa, Austin picks himself up from the deadlift. So again, Austin has Ciampa over his shoulder, squat style, and he goes from the deep squat position all the way up, brings him up, runs him into the corner. Come on, Ace, pull this one out. Ciampa tosses Austin into the corner, knees exposed, it's over, 1, 2, 3. But Juice isn't going to get the knee while his back is turned. I love Juice Robinson. I hope we see more of Juice Robinson. Next up, the Rascals talk with Lexi Nair. They have dived into the deep end and they've made a big splash if they start doing the math. But when it really comes down to it, if we beat the Don Callis family tonight, we're one step closer to the tag team titles.
I'm pretty sure they said that Mark and Kyle were trios champions currently. I think they effed that up. But again, I know the whole bit was like they were like just a little confused because, you know, medication and whatnot.
Yeah. The medication, you know, kind of screws with their memory a little bit. It's okay. It's prescribed by a doctor. I'm actually tearing up here. The Babes of Wrath. Are they breaking up? Did they break up? Harley feels like she let everyone down, but Willow reassures her she didn't imagine they'd have all these special moments with Harley. Harley says Willow needs to focus on the TBS championship. Harley is going to go where the wind takes her. Shivani confirms it, basically.
Heel turn inbound?
For whomst? Harley?
That's the great question. Willow becomes, you know, after losing one championship, she crashes out Monet style, tries to get all the belts she can, and then who can come back and stop Crazy but Crazy when Monet comes back? Monet, who's now down to only 2 belts for those of you keeping score at home.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
2 more than you, Connor. Because you're always wearing gym shorts.
And the Don Callis family, Kyle Fletcher and Mark Davis versus the Rascals, Zach Wentz and Desmond Xavier with Myron Reed. Nigel thinks that the Rascals might be getting smoked tonight. Your move of the match, Connor?
Went to the Bronco Buster. I love a good Bronco Buster. Shout out X-Pac. So the guy is sitting down in the corner. You basically just bounce up and down the corner and just repeatedly slam your ass into his chest, knock the wind out of him.
You bounce on it crazy style? Maybe do tricks on it?
Wentz also did a solo blockbuster, jumping off and going over top of, I believe it was Davis, and flipping through. Fantastic.
You know what? Why is it always, oh, what's your move of the match, Connor? And then, Jared, did you have anything to say? You didn't even come to me last one. You know what? You don't deserve my move of the match.
I don't?
You don't. I'm not getting the respect I deserve. I'm going to give you my blood, sweat, and tears that I pour in.
I don't know what you want. Like, there's a reason we already stopped your segment, and like we didn't do your segment this way. Like we don't gotta be doing this right now.
All right.
Yeah, this is kind of like a pre-show thing.
If you were, here before we were supposed to start recording the show.
I was more on time than you normally are. All right, you know what? Well,
okay, do you have a move of the match here from the Rascals and the Don Callis family?
No, let's just keep it moving.
Okay, all right. After a failed pin, you can see Wentz ask for hot fire flames, but Davis catches Wentz. Davis tries to deliver Wentz to Fletcher, but Wentz directs the kick to Davis. It was very quick, 1, 2, 3, like you're boom, boom, boom. But amazing where Davis has been watching the tape, catches Wentz, and then it all backfires on him as Fletcher's foot is directed into his face. Xavier hits a Pele kick off the ropes. Shivani, in the middle of a match promo, catches Davis and Zagiri, tombstone piledriver, pin to win, 1, 2, 3, and the Callis family wins. Ricochet and Don Callis after ROH Global Wars, which was their pay-per-view that happened on Friday. Don throwing around some choice words for Kenny. He got that MJF money. If you take care of Kenny, it's yours. He'll see him on the golf course. Lexi Nair talks with Kevin Knight. He beat Okada-san. He had MJF down for 13 seconds. With a little bit of hard work, hustle, and a whole lot of swag, the Jet can turn any dream into a reality. He's going to turn Okada's dream into a nightmare.
We also got a quick look at Mox, who just says that he has no sympathy for Private Party and that he will never stand between a person and the consequences of their actions.
Found himself in an unsanctioned cage match because no one would clear him. What do you think was going to happen?
When Jon Moxley sees somebody trip and fall on the sidewalk, he does not come in the way between them and them breaking their ankle.
To whichever AEW minion has to listen to this podcast, I'm telling you, it's going to pay off eventually, right? My fantasy booking is good. Because I said, put Kevin Knight up against Kazuchika Okada for the international title, and you're going to get a banger. And what did we get?
You got a banger. You know, blind squirrels and stuff.
Flying or blind?
Blind.
That's blind squirrels. What does that mean?
Even a blind squirrel finds a nut every now and then. Now, if you want real fantasy booking AEW crony, listen to my shit.
Yeah,
watch me take Pro Wrestling Sim to the moon.
Yeah, because Connor finds nuts all the time.
I'm a squirrel with eyes, baby.
The sign as Okada walks in, Don Callis sucks eggs. Classic. What's your move of the match? Jared. See, I asked you this time.
What match are we talking about?
Kevin Knight, Kazuchika Okada, international title.
Oh, man, what a match. Oof. Oh, was that a good match? You know what? Connor, what was your move of the match?
I'm so glad you asked. My first move of the match, I guess since you're not doing, I'll just, take two. I know that's okay.
I didn't want to steal what your move of the match was. I know how excited you were about this one. I'm being a nice guy.
So Knight does a baseball slide to the outside, and Okada ducks it and then hits a beautiful DDT on the outside.
Knew you were going to say that.
And then I liked Okada hit some, as I call it, Rainmaker lights, where, because normally his whole thing is kind of wrap you up, throw you out with your arm, and then use your arm for the clothesline.
Yeah.
So he did like some light versions of it, not the full rip through and all. He's just showing he had some control.
I knew you'd talk about that move too, but I didn't know you would say that. I thought you'd come up with a slightly less stupid name for it.
The Diet Rainmaker. Rainmaker Zero.
Yo, Coke Zero is so good, though.
Coke Zero hits.
This is a Diet Coke household.
Wrong.
I like the metallic twang.
Here's
I'm sorry.
the thing. Diet Coke, different drink, also hits.
Yeah.
Yes. Less hits, but also hits.
You know what hits? Kevin Knight going coast to coast. Rolls him into the middle. The people of Cedar Rapids do not deserve this match. Okada rolls himself into the middle of the ring, a little further out than Kevin Knight usually likes to hit for the UFO splash. But
Never too far.
But Kevin Knight says, you know what? Screw it. Why not, baby?
3/4 ring.
Dude, the fact that he literally looked at it and then he jumped down off the ropes, then went, I'm just kidding. Come on, let's do it.
Yeah. Oh. At this point, if you guys know, most of my notes are in all caps here after the springboard lariat onto the mat. Again, Okada kicks out again and again. Okada uses the ropes to his advantage, pins Knight 1, 2, 3. Tony Khan, I need a rematch immediately.
No, it was a great way to end it, right? To show that it's not really over at all, right? No. There's definitely still more here with so especially with Jet Speed and the Don Callis family, especially Don Callis' hate of Speedball and kind of how this is looping back around. This puts them right back on the forefront of feuding with the family. Dude,
and last year during the Continental Classic, we thought Jet Speed were going to break up. But the Babes did it first, and I'm a little more shocked about the Babes breaking.
I would never guess that. If I had put $100 on either, I wasn't putting on the Babes breaking. Yeah. We didn't even know that there was a women's title yet.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, pretty much. But Listen, I was really impressed by this collision. Started out strong, ended really strong with the International Championship match, something that I was really looking forward to. But we've got some stuff for you to look forward to. We've got AXW previews, and then we've got a back-to-back Dynamite Collision taping on Winnipeg. Again, Dynamite is on Wednesday. Collision will be the day after on Thursday, same time, 8 p.m. on TNT. But we'll be right back here on The C Show. Welcome back to the C Show. We're talking about some upcoming action. We've got some previews here for AXW. The first two matches have been announced. We've got a three-way dance to start off. Dustin Waller versus GKM versus friend of the show, AJ Morales.
Yeah, need to see AJ do the thing. Like,
yes.
Absolutely. Interviewing him was so awesome. I hope that he'll come and open some more cards. Then he impressed me a whole bunch in his match. Like, the guy goes, man. The guy freaking goes.
I'm completely sold on him.
Yes, absolutely. I've heard a little bit about Dustin Waller, so that'll be an interesting name to see in the Autism Championship. So Beyond the Bell is highlighting autism, celebrating autism awareness, and as somebody on the spectrum, I think it's really awesome that we're embracing this and saying, hey, it's cool. We got Ken Dixon versus Alec Odin. Alec Odin, of course, won the Recharge Battle Royale at the pre-show at American Dream. That's also on YouTube, on AXW's YouTube. I like Alec Odin a lot. He's a big man, kind of scary, comes in a cowboy hat, hangs it on the ring post. Kind of good. Good gimmick.
No, I was a fan. Like, it was funny because we were talking I believe it was when we were talking to Just Joe before the last show, and it's like, hey, like, you gotta make sure people remember you, especially in something like a battle royal. Mm-hmm. I can tell you, I remembered Alec. I'll tell you that.
And just an update on our sponsored wrestler, the American Hammer, Matt Quay. We are still working on getting an interview with him before the show. Look for that on your podcast feeds. We're really excited about.
Sorry. Oh, sorry.
Okay.
I didn't mean to interrupt.
Yeah, but again, the American Hammer, Matt Quay, we're really excited about him. He's done some really cool stuff in CZW, so we're really hoping to talk with him about that.
And then see this BTA.
That's right. And then in the Dynamite Collision taping in Winnipeg, we've got Pac versus Osprey. Again, Pac versus Will Ospreay. What are we thinking here, boys?
This is going to be so good.
This is going to be
They are definitely going to tear the roof off this freaking place, man.
I'm so ready for that.
And Winnipeg's a wrestling town, so they're going to love it. They're going to love it.
Oh, my God. Dude,
man,
they're
I
going to
hope
eat it
that's
up
on
crazy
Dynamite.
style.
Mm-hmm. In a trios match, we've got Jungle Jack Perry, Kenny Omega, and Brody King versus The Demand. A really interesting trio here of Jungle Jack Perry, Kenny Omega, and Brody King. I think it's kind of an interesting physical mix. Perry is a small guy. Kenny Omega is kind of your wrestler's wrestler sort of archetype. And then when you look at Brody King, most people shit their pants.
Yeah, it's small, large, and extra large versus small, extra large, and extra large.
Yeah.
I think this is what the hosts of every other wrestling podcast look like. They all fall into one of these three types.
I guarantee you, no wrestling hosts look like the offspring of first name Perry, Luke Perry. Thank you.
Perry.
Yeah, I guarantee you, nobody hosting any wrestling podcast has Luke Perry genetics in them. And I know Jack doesn't look like all that. The hair is rough, but either way.
I'm not going to comment on hair.
He could be more shredded too. His dad was hotter.
In a trios match, Mina Shirakawa and the Brawling Birds versus the Triangle of Madness. I don't think it was the Triangle that assaulted Tony. I just don't. I think they would have been more brutal. It would have been very clear that it was the Triangle of Madness.
Yeah, it would have been like that. I think it's that John Mulaney bit where it's like, for it to get caught with an old crime, you had to like shoot the name of your gang into the wall.
Yeah.
Like Theckel would have filled the room with spiders. She would have wrote toxic all over her. Like,
yeah, no. We would have seen all of the evidence there that would have pointed to the Triangle of Madness. We're also going to have the Kenny Omega and MJF contract signing, and of course, no physicality.
I think my call is that MJF is going to try and do something physical to get the match canceled.
No way.
Dude, they've had this stipulation a bunch of times. He hasn't done anything yet. I'm just saying. I think he is going to do it. Be like, oh, I got to cancel the match. I hit Kenny. Got to cancel the match. I can't wrestle him at Dynasty.
But what does that do for MJF then?
Means he doesn't have to wrestle Kenny Omega then and can wait longer and try and scheme up more shit.
Fair enough. Anything else you guys want to add before we head out here?
No, that was another good week. We're gonna be
eating well.
Yeah, we're gonna be really packed in the coming weeks here with a lot going on. But and you know where you can always have it all?
The C Show.
Of course you like the C Show. Make sure to subscribe, rate, review, and share it with your friend. You can support the show directly at coffee.com/cshowpod. Follow us on social media. We're on Instagram, Blue Sky, Facebook, Twitch, and YouTube at C Show Pod. Have a question for the boys? Send an email, cshowpod@gmail.com. Thanks to our friends Amir, Patrick, and Justin for their assistance. The C Show is a production of 832 Media. Thanks again for tuning in, and we'll be back next week.
Was Carl Crawford a twin?
That name sounds familiar.
I didn't realize his son is now in the Phillies.
Oh.
I liked Carl Crawford. He was a good center fielder.